Students, let's start new chapter in economics, money and credit. Topics to be covered: introduction, definition of money, functions of money, what is barter system, meaning of double coincidence of wants, modern forms of money, what is demand deposit, loan activities in bank, formal sector, what is informal sector, and self-help groups. Let's start with the introduction. Money is the most important discovery of modern times. So it is a foundation stone around which all the economic activity revolve. It is very difficult to imagine the modern economic life without money. So it is a basic necessary of all economic activities. Meaning of barter system. Barter system, exchange. What is barter exchange? Which refers to exchange goods for goods. So an economy where it's a direct barter of goods and services, it's called a barter economy. So before money was invented, trade was carried out according to the barter system of exchange. So the barter system, which refers to exchange of goods for goods. So an economy where there is a direct barter of goods and services is called a barter economy. We'll be calling it as a CC economy. Exchanging commodity to commodity. We'll be calling it as a CC economy. Yes? Now, this picture which relates about barter system. Double coincidence of wants. Double coincidence of wants refers to the simultaneous fulfillment of mutual wants of buyers and sellers. See, for example, want for clothing by the farmer will coincidence with the want of weaver for wheat. Yes, but however, it is very difficult to find out a double coincidence of want in real life because it leads to huge trading cost. Now, let's move to the limitation of barter exchanges. There are lack of double coincidence of wants, lack of common measures of value, lack of standard of deferred payment, lack of store of value. The first point, lack of double coincidence of wants. Yes, so barter system can work only when both buyers and sellers are ready to exchange each other goods. See, for example, A can exchange goods with B only when A has what B wants and B has what A wants. So, however, such double coincidence of want is very rare. The second one, lack of common measures of value. In the barter system, all commodities are not of equal value and there is no common measures of value of goods and services. So, in which exchange ratios can be expressed. See, for example, if A has wheat, B has rice, then it is difficult to decide how much wheat is needed to exchange with 1 kilogram of rice. So, in the absence of common measures, the exchange ratio is fixed randomly, in which one of the part is generally suffer. The third, lack of standard of deferred payment. Under barter system, a contract involving future payment or credit transaction cannot take place with ease because of few reasons. See, the borrower may not be able to arrange goods of exactly same quality of the time of repayment, and there may be a conflict regarding which specific commodity is to be used for repayment. So, the commodity to be repaid may lose or gain its value at the time of repayments. So, it is very difficult to make deferred payment in the form of goods. The last one, lack of store of value. Under barter system, it is difficult for people to store wealth for future use because most of the goods will be like wheat, rice, vegetable, etc. and do not possess any durability. That is, their quality will deteriorate with passage of time. And storage of goods require time and effort. So as a result, goods cannot be stored the earnings for a long period. So these are the limitation of barter system: lack of double coincidence of wants, lack of common measures of value, lack of standard or deferred payment, lack of store of value. Definition of money. Yes, money is anything which is generally accepted as a medium of exchange, measure of value, store of value, and means for standard of deferred payments. Let's see this with first one, the medium of exchange. Money as a medium of exchange means it can be used to make payment for all transaction of goods and services. So we'll be calling it as money as a medium of exchange. Yes, second, measure of value. Money as a measure of value means money works as a common denomination in which the values of all goods and services are expressed. Next, store of value. Money as a store of value means that money can be used to transfer purchasing power from present to future. So money is a way to store wealth. Wealth can be stored in the forms like, yes, and it may be like money in the most economical and convenient way. The last, standard of deferred payment. Money as a standard of deferred payment means money acts as a standard for payment which are to be made in future. So every day millions of transactions take place in which payments are not made immediately. Money encourages such transaction and helps in capital formation and economic development of the economy. So these are the functions of money, primary functions of money. That is, primary functions like a medium of exchange and measure of value. Secondary functions like standard of deferred payment and store of value. Now let's move on to modern forms of money. Yes, we have seen that money is something that can act as a medium of exchange. Yes, in the transaction. Before the introduction of coins, a variety of objects as used as money. See, for example, since a very early age, Indians used grains and cattle as money. Yes. So it's very clear Indians used grains and cattle as a money. So thereafter came the use of metallic coins like gold, silver, copper coins. Okay, we have started using it. So before that, we have used grains and cattle as a money. It shows about the old forms of money. On those days, we have used grains and cattle as a money. Then after that, we have started using it gold, silver and copper coins. Now, modern forms of currency. Yes, modern forms of currency. Modern includes currency, paper notes and coins. So money is accepted as a medium of exchange because the currency is authorized by the government of the country. So in India, the Reserve Bank of India issues currency notes on behalf of the central government. As per Indian law, no other individuals or organization is allowed to issue currency. No individual in India can legally refuse a payment made in rupees. Yes. So modern currency is now made of precious metals, isn't it? Such as gold, silver and copper. Okay, unlike grains and cattle, they are neither of everyday use. So the modern currency is without any use of its own. Okay, why is it accepted as a medium of exchange? Yes, it is accepted as a medium of exchange because the currency is authorized by government of the country. So the Reserve Bank of India issue currency notes on behalf of the central government. As per Indian law, no other individuals or organization is allowed to issue currency. Moreover, the law legalized the use of rupee as a medium of payment that cannot be refused in settling transaction in India. Yes, so no individual in India can legally refuse a payment made in rupees. Thank you, students.